Meilin was a kind and gentle girl who lived in the busy city of Shanghai, China, with her loyal dog Bao. Life in the city was not easy, but Meilin was used to working hard. She came from a small village, but after her father's sudden death, she had no choice but to move to Shanghai. She worked there to earn money and support her mother and younger sister, who still lived back in the village. Meilin was known for her soft smile and simple nature. She worked in a toy shop, surrounded by laughter, color, and playthings that brought joy to others. But among all the toys there was one thing she loved the most: dolls. She didn't just sell dolls, she collected them. Her small apartment was filled with unique dolls from all over the world: porcelain dolls from France, traditional ones from Japan, rag dolls from America, each with its own face, story, and charm. Whenever she walked into her home, it looked like a little doll museum. Because she worked in a toy store, Meilin could buy her favorite dolls at a discount. It was her small happiness in a life full of struggles. The arrival of the Labubu doll. One fine day, the toy store received a new shipment, the much-awaited limited edition Labubu dolls. These dolls were rare and extremely popular. The moment they were displayed, people rushed in and bought them all within minutes. But Meilin had already kept one aside, a very special one. Unlike the others, this Labubu doll had a golden color, a shiny coat of soft fur that glimmered in the light. Its blue eyes sparkled as if they were alive, and its smile, wide, innocent, and oddly charming, made it stand out from every doll she had ever seen. Meilin couldn't resist. That very evening, she took the golden Labubu doll home, her heart filled with excitement. At home, she placed the doll on her bed, took pictures, hugged it tightly, and introduced it to her dog Bao. But something was different this time. Bao, who always wagged his tail and barked playfully whenever Meilin brought home a new toy, suddenly froze. His tail dropped, his eyes focused sharply on the Labubu doll. Within seconds he started barking and growling aggressively, baring his teeth as if he saw something terrifying. Meilin laughed nervously and said, "Oh, Bao, don't be silly, it's just a doll." She thought maybe Bao was just scared of the doll's shiny golden fur. So, she placed the Labubu doll carefully on the shelf beside her bed and turned off the lights. That night, Bao refused to sleep in the room. He kept staring at the doll, growling softly, before finally running out. The next morning, Meilin got ready for work. But before she could leave, Bao started barking again, this time louder, more desperate. He pulled on her jeans and tried to drag her back toward the shelf. Meilin got annoyed. "Stop it, Bao, what's wrong with you?" Bao didn't stop. He barked, whined, and growled. Finally, Meilin, out of frustration, locked him in the bathroom so she could leave. That day at work, something strange happened. Meilin, who was always polite and gentle, suddenly lost her temper with a customer. She shouted at them, something she had never done before. Her boss, shocked and angry, fired her on the spot. Meilin walked home confused and crying. She had no idea why she acted like that. When she reached home and opened the bathroom door, Bao rushed to her, wagging his tail. But when he saw her crying, he stopped. His eyes looked sad, almost like he understood her pain. That night, Meilin went to bed early, hoping the next day would be better. While sleeping, she heard something, a faint, creepy laugh. It wasn't Bao. It wasn't from outside, it was coming from inside her room. She opened her eyes slowly. In the dark, she saw a shadowy figure standing in the corner. It was tall and still, its head slightly tilted as if watching her. "Who's there?" she whispered. No answer. She turned on the lamp, but no one was there. Only the Labubu doll lay on the floor, facing her. She frowned, picked it up, and placed it back on the shelf. Trying to calm herself, she went back to bed. Then came the nightmare. In her dream, she saw herself standing in the middle of her room. Suddenly, the walls began to bleed, and from the darkness emerged a creature, tall, red-skinned, with sharp teeth and claws dripping with blood. Its flesh looked rotten, and its eyes glowed yellow. The creature smiled the same smile as the Labubu doll. It lunged at her, trying to choke her, laughing horribly as it did. She screamed, her eyes snapped open, and she froze. The Labubu doll was sitting on her chest, smiling wide. Meilin screamed in terror. Bao ran into the room barking like crazy. She grabbed the doll and stared at its smile looked wider, almost alive. Before she could react, Bao jumped on the bed, bit the doll and ripped it into pieces. Malin was shaking, sweating and breathing heavily. She threw the torn doll into the trash can and hugged Bao tightly. That night she finally fell asleep. The next morning, Malin woke up with a terrible headache. Her hands had red marks and small bites all over them. She looked around. Bao was missing. She searched the entire house. "Bao, where are you?" And no answer. When she walked into the bathroom, she looked into the mirror and gasped. Her face was covered in red spots, like bite marks. Suddenly, she saw something moving behind her reflection, the same red monster from her dream, grinning. She spun around, but there was nothing there. Then her eyes widened. On the bathroom shelf sat the Labubu doll, perfectly clean and whole, as if it had never been torn apart, and this time, its smile was evil. Terrified, Malin ran out of the bathroom calling for Bao, but he didn't come. When she returned to the kitchen, she saw the doll again sitting near the sink, its hands and mouth covered in red stains. Slowly, she looked under the sink and froze. There lay Bao's body torn apart. Blood dripped into the drain. Malin screamed and collapsed on the floor, trembling. She realized this doll was not just a toy, it was something cursed, something demonic. She rushed to her computer and searched online. To her horror, she found news stories and videos from around the world. People were claiming their Labubu dolls were haunted. Some said the dolls bit them. Others lost their jobs, fell sick, or watched their loved ones die mysteriously. The final night, panicking, Malin decided to destroy the doll. She lit a fire, threw the Labubu doll into it, and watched it burn until nothing but ashes remained. Then she put the ashes into a jar and threw them into the nearby river. That night, she called her younger sister and told her everything that happened. Her sister was shocked but told her to calm down and rest. Malin finally felt relieved. She believed it was over, but it wasn't. The next morning, Malin was found dead in her house. The police said her expression looked like she had died in terror. Beside her body lay the same Labubu doll, untouched, smiling, waiting. Later, her co-worker from the toy shop admitted that she had taken a Labubu doll home to the very same one. Since then, many people online have claimed that the Labubu doll is connected to an ancient demon named Pazuzu, known for possessing objects and feeding on human fear. In some countries, the doll has been banned and priests have even performed exorcisms on it. So what do you think? Is the Labubu doll really cursed? Is there truly a demon hiding behind that innocent smile? Or is it just a story made to scare you?